Zach Brown, what have you done? What have you done? First of all, before we jump into the video, I love Zach Brown. I think he's the right man for McLaren, and he will get McLaren. If anyone's going to get McLaren back to winning ways, it will be Zach Brown. But there's no favouritism from drivers to teams to team principals. Zach Brown is going to get torn a new arsehole. McLaren are my team, but I'm going to tear the team principal a new arsehole. No favouritism. What he's done at Imola is an insult to McLaren fans around the world, in my opinion. We did a video regarding this. Lando Norris won at Miami, and we had the Ferrari team principal in a McLaren cap. And now the roles have been turned, and now we've got Zach Brown in a Ferrari cap. I said in the WhatsApp group, Zach Brown should resign if he's caught wearing any merch from another team. These two are huge rivals. Throughout the history of Formula One, Ferrari and McLaren are massive rivals. And ironically, they're fighting for second in the Constructors. And you've got these two team principals, idiotic team principals, wearing each other's merchandise. What is it all about? Sends the wrong mentality to everyone. From the pit crew to the drivers. You go to like Lando Norris, loyalty through and through, McLaren. He would never be, as much as I don't like him, he'd never be caught wearing any other merchandise. It's a disgrace by Zach Brown, and I'm going to tear him a new arsehole for it, because it's unacceptable. He's making a mockery of the McLaren fans. Now Zach Brown's McLaren through and through, and he's the last man I would expect to see wearing a rival team's merch. It doesn't sit well with me. It will never sit well with me. It's wrong at the highest level. Support one team and that's it. You should not be going through merchandise like no tomorrow. I like the Aston Martin merchandise. You would never see me with it on. McLaren are my team, and that's the only merch I would ever wear. You revert it to football, Man City, Man United, Arsenal, Spurs, Chelsea, Tottenham, whatever you want to be. It's wrong. You would not put your opposition's football top on. Shouldn't be allowed in Formula One. Like I say, Zach Brown, I really do like him. I think he's the right guy for McLaren to get us. McLaren are in their prime, probably best moment for a long time. And you've got the team principal with a Ferrari cap on, just because we're in Italy. It's an absolute scandal. What are you doing, Zach Brown? He's gave Fred a cap, a McLaren cap. And then Fred has come up to Zach and stuck a Ferrari cap on him while he's on the interview. Get it off your head and chuck it on the floor instantly. That's what my reaction would be. Or literally punch Fred, because that's what I would do. On all this bullshit, I'm sick and tired of hearing drivers, pundits and media. Everyone's a Ferrari fan. No, they're not. Wake up and smell the coffee. No, they are not. Most are Ferrari fans, but I can't stand the team. Political, number two drivers all the time. Controversy literally surrounds this team. I can't stand Ferrari. But yeah, Zach Brown, an absolute disgrace. You got to say it how you see it. He's a disgrace for having that cap on his head, especially when McLaren are arguably better than Ferrari. Second and third, fighting in the Constructors, and he's got a Ferrari cap on. Insult to McLaren fans. And it boils down to the soft environment in Formula One. McLaren and Ferrari, huge rivals. But Albon, Russell, Charles, Norris, they all want to suck each other off and wank each other off. And now it's happening with the team principals. You would never see Toto Wolff or Christian Horner, Mercedes, Wolff, Red Bull, would never happen. But we're seeing it with McLaren and Ferrari. I don't like it. It sends the wrong message in all directions. At the minute, F1 is a soft environment. The team principals, the drivers, it's all too pally. Where's the rivalry? Where is the drive to get back McLaren back winning on a regular basis? We're all going mad for one race win at Miami. It should be regular. The standard should be high at McLaren. We shouldn't be going like party time for one race win in like 3 years. It's not acceptable. Yeah, and as I said before, he would be the last man I would predict to do this, but he's done it. Yeah, it's a disgrace. Rivals all throughout the history of Formula One, and they're swapping. It's awful, awful. Imagine the team you support, whether it's Red Bull, Horner, and you see him in another team's merch. James Vowles, you see him in another team's merch. It's wrong. I'm brought from a different generation. I was brought up in a different generation to what we have now. I say it straight as I see it. There's no favouritism. I'm calling Zak Brown out for this. Yeah, maybe I went too far saying he should resign, but it's an absolute joke. Really is. It's not funny. It's not a joke. It's a disgrace. It's an absolute disgrace. I cannot believe he would put another team's colours on. And, oh my God. It's not only another team, it's fucking Ferrari. And he's fucking outside the Ferrari motorhome with a Ferrari cap on. Unbelievable. Should have thrown it on the floor instantly. Get that shit off me. I don't want to touch it. Oh, and they'll be all thinking, oh, Zak's a nice guy. Anytime he goes to Italy, he wears the rivals merchandise. Yeah, Zak's a nice guy. Every time McLaren are in their best form in years, oh, he sticks the rivals, the team they're fighting's merchandise on. Disgrace. Absolute disgrace. Comment down below your thoughts. Yeah, I don't mince my words. There's no favouritism from drivers. Alonso got a 0 on driver ratings. George Russell has had his ass handed to him when he crashed on the last lap at Singapore. Lewis has had his ass handed to him with his diversity bullshit. It doesn't matter who you are. Like I say, whether you're 7 foot or 1 foot tall. Horner's had a rinsing off me. Toto Wolff's had a rinsing off me. Fred Vasseur. And now it's Zak Brown's time. My own team principal. Yeah, he's not immune to criticism, and I've criticised him. It's an absolute disgrace. Zak Brown, like I say, I love the guy. I think he's the guy to take McLaren back to the front. But honestly, should hang your head in shame with a Ferrari cap on. It's an absolute disgrace and an insult to McLaren fans. Comment down below your thoughts. Adios. What a joke, Zak.